Oh, hi. Are you here for the 4 p.m. personal curriculum session? Perfect timing. I was just opening your files here. Yeah, I printed off the forms that you filled out, so we've got them right here at the ready. The timing is perfect, actually. Yeah, that's fine that you're a little early. Very nice to meet you. Have a seat, please. Yeah. I saw from your forms that you filled out that this is your first time setting up a personal curriculum with us. Wonderful. We're so happy to help you out with that. Yeah, it's completely free, and we have numerous print materials, books, online supports to help you achieve your goals. Well, let's begin by discussing your subject interests. We'll look at books and create your reading lists. Then we'll customize your program with regards to other resources. Yeah, online resources and events in the community that will enrich your studies. Okay, are you comfortable? You ready to get started? Perfect. I'm going to also open your file here in my system. I like to keep physical notes on paper, and that way I can give you something at the end as well. So I will send you everything that I work on here to your email address. Let me just open this again. Okay. So according to the form that you filled out, you're interested in literature, art history, and I see here ancient Greek and Roman classical studies. And you're thinking that you'd like to design 3 courses. I think I saw that here too. Right, it says here that you weren't actually sure of the topics you'd like to study. Oh, but you've since had some time to think about it. Well, we can design your courses to be very broad, like a broad overview, or a topic. We can design a curriculum that really focuses in on a specific theory or a text, an author or an artist. Do you need a little more time to know you're ready? Okay, so you do know what you'd like to study. Okay, so could you list these topics and subjects for me? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So 3 courses. A lot of our patrons do the full study. We consider 3 courses for personal curriculum full study. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just write this down as well. So you're saying, so you studied drama a little bit years ago, and there are a few gaps There's a few gaps. Yeah, I know. I've noticed that a lot of people actually come to us and they have a background or a little bit of a background in something and they want to dive deeper. So you'd like to refresh some of your knowledge of the terms, the literary terms related to drama and theater, and mostly you'd like to fill in some gaps in terms of actually reading some plays. Okay. And for a little art history, you want to do more of a deep dive. Right, you want to focus in on one artist, but keep it a little light because the drama course, yes, you'd like it to be more of an intense study. Okay, so you're saying Gustav Klimt, okay, the artist, and you have a personal connection because your grandfather. Oh, how nice. So your grandfather had a piece. Which piece? Oh, that's so nice in the dining room. And it just brings up memories for you. Okay. Yeah, you've never studied Gustav Klimt before. You just heard some little stories about that one painting. Okay, so I've written down those two. And then how about your third subject? Okay, so you want to do another close study of the Odyssey by Homer. Okay. I will go ahead and collect some resources for you, and I'll be right back with the books that I find for you. And from there, we'll add a few other things, such as some online resources. Yeah, like a lecture or a recording of a lecture, yes, or sometimes a community event that aligns with your study. We're going to work on the perfect program for you. I will be right back. I have a few helpers, so I'm going to do a quick search of the books we have available, and a couple of helpers are going to scoot around the library with me, and we'll bring back some books for you, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, we're in luck here. I have quite a few books that will help you with your studies. I'm just going to move this keyboard out of the way for us. Okay, so we found quite a few books to help you with your studies. So let's just go through them before we work on the actual program of study, the scheduling for you, and the events that you might want to participate in. It's totally optional, depending on your learning style. If you would like to keep it quite personal and just work from home, or if you wanted to have a little bit of a social aspect, there's lots of ways of going about this. And the main thing is we're going to do it in a way that makes it very comfortable and easy for you. So to begin with, we have this broad view introduction to literature, which has a section in here. Yeah, it's very helpful. There's a section for works of short fiction, poetry, non-fiction, but also drama. So there's a little introduction in that section. And it will just be like a little refresher for you. Yeah. And you'll be able to go over some terms that are probably familiar to you since you have a little bit of a background. Or maybe you'll learn a new term or two. It's very short, so I know you wanted to focus on the plays. And I referred to, so we have setting and scene, dialogue, soliloquy, chorus, dramatic irony, and some different movements, tragic comedy, comedy of manners, farce, theater of the absurd. It's a short section, yeah. It's just a few pages, you can see here. Constructing the drama, plot, character, space, and speech. Very, very short. But that will help you get into it. And you mentioned that you had already read some of these plays. Okay, so you really wanted to read this play, A Doll's House, right? Okay, so that will be one of the plays we assign. And the other we saw here was, just skip this page for you. There's a few notes for the designer here. And then Act 1. Those were the two plays from this text, and then we did gather up a few here for you. These didn't cross over into any of the ones that you said that you'd already read. We steered clear of those. So we have The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov. Yeah, you're excited to read this because you always wanted to read this one. Yeah, this is an older copy. Is that okay? Yeah, you love that? It says it's 50 cents up here. Just 50 cents. And then you said that you'd read a lot of Shakespeare plays. I saw the list there. So I chose Twelfth Night because it's one of the ones you haven't read. And I happen to know that this is playing at our local community theater, so that might be nice. Yeah, it's in about 8 weeks, so it could align perfectly with when you get to this. In fact, we can schedule it so that you read this before. It's illustrated. Yeah, you were going to actually mention this one. I'm so glad that this is one that you really wanted to read and study and even perhaps see performed. you really, really wanted to read this one. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, there's some black and white photos at the back of the performance. You can see them. Okay, and then we've got the Red Sisters. You're not as familiar with this one? By Thompson Highway. Do you want me to read the back for you? Okay. This award-winning play by native playwright Thompson Highway is a powerful and moving portrayal of 7 women from a reserve attempting to beat the odds by winning at bingo. And not just any bingo, it is the biggest bingo in the world and a chance to win a way out of the tortured life. A chance to win a way out of a tortured life. The Red Sisters is a hilarious, shocking, mystical, and powerful, and clearly establishes the creative voice of Native theatre and writing in Canada today. You're really excited about this one. You're getting inspired. I love to hear that. I'm so glad. I have to give credit to one of the helpers because she picked this out. So, between the 2 plays in this text here and these 4 plays, this is going to keep you busy. And I'm going to show you the books for the other 2 courses, and then we'll work on the scheduling and to see if there's any other supports in the community for you. Yeah, some people choose to just study online. So there are study groups. Sometimes we can align you with other patrons who are studying the same topic as you. For example, we might find that there's a study group online of students who are studying Gustav Klimt. And that would be great if we could find that, because it's, these communities are all over the world. And of course that depends if you want to have that social aspect or not. So this is a very big, beautiful art book, just to give you a reference for size. Look at that. Yeah, it's a nice, beautiful book. And in here we have a lot of art. Here's the one that you said is the inspiration for this course. Your grandfather had the kiss. So on the right side, you'll find the art, the paintings, and then on the left side, a description and some important details. And that is the only text. At the beginning here, there's a history. It talks about life and politics of the time, and then it just delves right into these gorgeous paintings. So I did keep it to one text because you said you wanted to do a lighter study of Gustav Klimt, and that's the beauty of creating a personal curriculum. You can go as far into or stay on the surface. Yeah, so again, we'll go over some other resources that will help you with the study of Gustav Klimt in a moment. And here's the text we have for the deep study. You said you wanted to do a very focused study of the Odyssey. This is a fairly recent translation. I think it's just a few years old now. Translated by Emily Wilson, and she has had some amazing reviews. So in the front, there's some wonderful information and a few maps. And then we start with book 1 of the Odyssey. What's nice about this is you can get the audiobook that goes with this as well, so you could read along if you want. And if that's something you're interested, then we'll definitely add that to your program. And I will, of course, send you all the links via email. So how about we get started planning your program? Okay, first I'm going to take a few notes before I type everything into the computer. So could you just share with me again some of the things in your form, like the kind of learner? It looked like you lean toward, you're more of an introverted person, but you do like to connect with people a little bit. So 50-50, maybe just have a couple of the courses very personal and maybe one, yeah, 1 or 2 events. Okay, we do have some study groups here for others who are participating in our personal curriculum programs. Are you interested? Maybe you're not sure. Yeah, I understand that. Okay. In terms of your availability, your schedule, your work, or other commitments in life, can you just tell me some days and hours that you'd be available over the 3 months ahead of us now during this study session? Yeah. Yes, some people do opt to take a new program every 3 months, so we can help you with that 4 times a year. And some people go as far as to design a DIY degree. Yeah, so don't worry, if that's something that you want to do, pursue the DIY degree. We can help you with that. You don't have to make that choice right now. Yeah, you might be interested, okay? With that, we work through. You don't have to choose a major right away. You can explore a lot of different topics and subjects before you make a decision like that as well. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. So, yeah, you like working in the mornings before other commitments? That first hour? Oh, that's interesting. And then, okay, a little time on the weekends as well. Okay, thank you for that. So let's start getting some of this into the system. And I will just do a quick search here for that play. Okay, yeah. So the play see? Are those dates? They're all that 1 week, yeah. You like that? You would like to see 12th night then? Okay, so I'm going to book you in here. Again, it's free. Okay, so you're all booked in to see 12th night. Now I'm just checking if anyone else is studying theater, drama. There is a little study group. They're all studying different genres, it looks like, within literature. But there will be other study groups. Do you want to wait and see and just commit to the one play for now alongside your studies? Okay. So let's just see with the art. I'm going to see about events. Yeah. There's an online lecture series, and let me just go through. Oh, you're in luck. So there is an online lecture, and the focus will be Gustav Klimt. Yeah, it's just for the general public, so it's not overly scholarly, I see. You definitely like me to sign you up for that, okay? Just get this in for you. Okay, you're in for that one as well. And for the Odyssey, I will check. Okay, I don't see anything like a specific study group. Do you think maybe, yeah, you are interested? They get together, the general literature group, they get together for coffees here at the library in our cafe on Tuesday evenings. Yeah, is that something that you think you might like to join in? They just talk about how their studies are going. It says here that they just talk on general topics. They just talk about how their studies are going and, some of the things that are helping them with their goals, and just a general interest group too, sharing, a little bit of sharing what they're studying. Okay. No, you don't have to go every Tuesday. It's a drop-in, so you can just come and go. You could come to one, you could come to all. Okay? Yeah, I will sign you up to that. That sounds really good. Okay. So I'm going to just get this into your file here to include with your forms. Just making a note of some of the community resources that we've signed you up for and the play. You can't wait to get started. That's so exciting. Okay, so let's now work on your schedule. You wanted to work in the mornings a little bit. I'm just going to put each course. Do you want to study them concurrently, one at a time? Concurrently, okay, that's what I thought you mentioned earlier. So I'm just going to give you a sample schedule. I'm using a template, but I'm going to personalize this here. the screen toward you. Can you see that? So what do you think of that schedule for the mornings? You like that? Yeah. And then a few times a week in the evenings, and a little bit on the weekend. Yeah. There's flexibility. You can always shift this around, but you like the way that looks. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to put all of this together, and it might take me a little bit longer, and I will send this off to your email, but I can give you these books right now. So we've got all your books here. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. You feel motivated and inspired, and you feel like you have enough flexibility to work within a little bit of a framework, but change things as you go. We're always here to help. If there's anything else you'd like to join, if you're feeling like actually you'd like to join some other programs related to these topics, please just come back anytime. We're always here to help you. Okay, well, you take good care of yourself, and I wish you all the best with your studies, and expect that email from me shortly with your links